the truth is you're not going to get that call in nationals anyway. So we had pretty good conditioning and felt strong. And honestly, I should have shot a little bit more, but the strategy worked out. So I wore them down and scored when I could and beat them on the mat where I'm better.
Can you compare this feeling to 3 years ago when similar circumstance went in?
Yeah, absolutely. Whenever you beat a team like Lehigh, it's more than just ranked number 6. Honestly, it doesn't really mean much, but it's more the fact that they're a winning tradition. And when you have teams like that, they almost look down upon Rutgers. But at these times in history, recruiting, bringing kids like Parati and myself, I'm proud to be the foundation and see this program go in the bigger direction. And there's so much more that needs to be done. And this is just the beginning. And you'll see that come 2 weeks or so.
Anthony, what worked for you on bottom today? You're able to get 3 reversals, and you're really good on top and neutral too.
Yeah. Really good at getting reversals. I don't know. I think that's just my style of wrestling. I don't know. Once I get on the mat, when we're engaged like that, I feel like I got good body control and I got a good feel of where his body can go. I literally practice those positions you guys see me in. I swear on my mom's life, I practice those every single day, from every angle, from every way. When he's got me locked here, there, and. A lot of people are like, "What are you doing in practice? Just rolling around?" And I'm like, "What do you mean rolling around?" I was like, "You don't see the way I wrestle. You guys think it's just like not planned. You don't think, and that's something that you got to keep in your head at all times. Like, what do I have to? That's the big thing about this year. I'm not worried about your weight. Is I go into practice every day. Like, okay, what do I need to get better at today? And focus on that. I'm not worried about my weight. It slides right off, and then you can come out here and wrestle your hardest. And my feeling on bottom's great. And I don't think anyone in the country can ride me. That Wisconsin guy rode me, but we've tweaked some things since then, so I feel confident.
Scott, you fall behind 8-0, get the win, 5 straight wins over in the middleweights, and then you had to probably
killer bees, yeah.
You had to probably know that it was going to come down to Billy, just like a couple of years ago. What was your thinking going to that on that?
Honestly, I could have told you kind of how half after that halftime, it's going to come down to Billy. There were thoughts of maybe bumping Ravina up because Rymac's struggling a little bit with an injury. We played with it, but Ravina's struggling a little bit too, so that's kind of a dangerous situation heading into Big Ten. So we played it straight and knew it would come down to Billy. And like I've said before in these press conferences, I feel very, very confident in this guy. On many occasions, it's come down to Billy in this arena against some really good teams, and he's found a way to win in big spots, and that's the biggest spot as you're going to get. Against a really, really good kid who's having a great year. So for the both of these guys, there's just a ton of confidence that we're going to win those matches. Looking at the dual meet on paper, there's 8 toss-ups in that match. So every single point was contested all the way through. We knew we'd probably fall behind, but we got some hammers now. We got some hammers and felt if we can get it going. And Ashland started it, and Dippery came up with maybe what people would consider an upset, and then obviously we get to Richie and Parati and feel really good about it. Phil comes through, and we know it's come down to the big guy, and a ton of confidence in him.
Scott, watching the last match, at what point did you realize that Billy had it under control?
I didn't. I mean, he hits him with a switch, and nobody understands the little parts of wrestling. Then he rides him out. It's huge. That's really, really important.
I started cheering. I was like, yeah, he's got to ride him out. It means nothing.
If he doesn't, he gets one, and then he gets one again. Now you're back to a whole other set of overtime. So that's the biggest part. It's something we talk about and discuss and go over every single day, match situations. And maybe it takes a fifth-year senior to really, but he's been in these spots before, and he's been solid there, and Anthony's been in those spots before and been solid there. So, again, grand scheme of things, what does this win mean? It's huge for our program. It's Lehigh, a tremendous tradition, ton of respect for those guys. There's chippiness. I have all the respect in the world for Pat Centaur and that staff. We're just fighting really, really hard for their guys, just like they're doing. So every point mattered. We knew that. But so in that way, it means a lot. It means a lot to beat Lehigh. There's no question about it. And let's move on now to the Big Ten championships.
Scott, there's exactly 2 weeks of Big Tens. What do you guys have to do in that time?
Well, they asked me before about momentum. Momentum only works if you use it to your advantage. So, I mean, we're 2 weeks away from competition, but tomorrow's really, really important. Monday becomes really, really important. Tuesday becomes really important, whether it's rest, strength and condition, nutrition, all that stuff. And the rest will take care of itself, but you have to be solid tonight on. Everything's got to matter, and that's That's what we preach to these guys. We have 2 weeks to prepare for the Big Ten championships, but tonight matters, tomorrow morning matters, and we'll be off the mat for a couple days, and we'll get really healthy, but these guys know how to do things on their own, and that's what it's about. Tonight matters, and every little thing they have to do it right, and that'll ultimately get these guys to where they want to be at the end of the year, and that's being at the podium or maybe the top of the podium if they're thinking that way at the national tournament.
Scott, could you have asked for anything more than your seniors to go out, final match of Iraq?
No, there's this really special relationship, obviously, with these two guys, and even with Hayden and Mikey Simmons, who didn't, obviously hasn't wrestled at all this year. But there's a special bond right now between it. These guys set the foundation for where this thing's going. Obviously, Winston was very important, Delafal was very important, and those guys, Joey Langle and all those guys. But these guys are winning at the highest level. They bring us into the Big Ten, and then they're allowing us to win at the highest level. And there's no secret our recruiting's gotten better because winning breeds winning, and that's important. And these guys are at the center of it. Nobody else. These guys have carried this. Now, do we have some really good guys, some underclassmen? Absolutely. Do they win big matches? Yeah, but these guys have been through it since day one. They've been through some really, really tough times. They've been through some tough times in this arena. Getting shut out against Penn State, but never stop fighting, never stop grinding, never stop getting after it. And so I'm glad that they're seeing this success. But we still got a month, very important month coming up.
Any more questions?
Do you think it'll be ranked top 10?
Should be.
That's the plan.